Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Tonight, we gonna let it rain. Just like the sunrise, we gonna let it rain.
Well, hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? You can see my cup over there. That's all right. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you guys are having a great Tuesday. It is the 30th of September. I can't believe it. I haven't even changed my calendar in 2 days. We're going to do that together, you know? Oops. Because there are these little blocks. So look at that. So much easy. Oh, look at that. So much easier. Is there 31 days or 30 days in September? 30, right? I think it's 30. Son of a gun. Is it 30? Oh my goodness. I'm like over here, like looking it up. There are 30. Okay. I thought so. I wasn't sure. You know, there's a song that you can like sing to know which days have 31 and which days have 30. I'm just not sure of the song. And I think I hear my dog coming. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. If you're new to the channel or if you're visiting the channel on a replay, my name is Tanya or Titanium Built. Thank you for joining me and my dogs today. You can stay on the carpet. Okay. I forgot to bring her bed in. She'll be okay. Yeah, there she is. But she'll be fine. So we do talk true crime here daily, and we talk about dogs sometimes because, you know, life's better when you have dogs and cats. Cats too, or reptiles if you're into reptiles or birds. But I don't have those. I just have dogs and cats. But it's good to see everybody in the chat. I know that this isn't usually like my time that I go live. Sometimes I go live during the day, but I decided, what the heck, I'm going to go live during the day today. Also, I did a pre-recorded video. I think I'm going to put that out tonight. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm debating on whether to put it out tonight or to put it out tomorrow. But when I do put it out, it'll be a premiere. So you guys can all come in and chat. It's a pretty long video too. So, and then if not, we'll just maybe play it on the live. Who knows? But there is some stuff out in the Celeste Rivas Hernandez case. If you guys are not sure, or if you need a refresher on what's going on, she is a 15-year-old girl from Lake Elsinore, California. She was reported missing multiple times, actually, by her family in the year 2024 into 2025, or actually 2024. Sorry, the last time they saw her. According to the Riverside County Sheriff's Office, and then they found her decomposing body. It was discovered on September 8th at a tow yard in Los Angeles or Hollywood. Sorry, Hollywood. So she was found in the front trunk of a Tesla, which is it's called the frunk of the car. They have a front trunk and then they have a back trunk. They're very weird. They're very weird when you look at those cars on the inside, like under the trunk. So the vehicle had been parked on Bluebird Avenue in the Hollywood Hills for a month. They're saying it was there for a while. They had parking complaints dating back to early August 2025. It was ticketed September 3rd for violating a 72-hour parking rule, and then it was towed on September 5th. So then when she was towed there, that's when they discovered her body, because the tow yard worker was like, there is a smell coming out of this car and it smells not right. And he knew it probably wasn't a dead animal in the trunk or the frunk. So it's good to see everybody. Let me say hi to you guys really quick. Hey, Kara, what you doing? What you doing? How's the new job? Throwing in a load of laundry, Ashley said. Hey, Connie. Good to see you, Tracy. Hey, Kitsy Cats. Hey, Petunia. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Nightbot. Look at that. I'm going to slow him down. I'm going to take some of those commands out of there. I feel like he's overloading the chat sometimes. So, yeah, midday live. I love these. Hey, Bluebird. Welcome in. It's good to see everyone. It's good to see you guys. Oh, I was like, what does that button do? I know what it does now. Okay, so let's pull this up, because apparently Josh Marshall, who is David's, like I kind of left him out of that, but David is he owns the car and he is a singer, pretty popular with, I guess, younger generations. I don't know. I didn't know him before now, but somebody did say, they left a comment and they said that I must like that I was defending him and that I must like his music. That's why I'm doing it. No, I was just, let me put this somewhere else. I was just playing devil's advocate. I even said that. And like, I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, like, he hasn't been charged. I was just saying that the two girls that named Celeste, they look a lot alike. I mean, and they do. Okay. I need 2 seconds from you guys and I'll be right back and we'll read this. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I knew I was missing something, and I was missing my jewelry. I was like, I knew I was like, what is going on? So I'll just put it on as we're talking over this. But and thanks, Tracy. I try to be fair. I really do. I mean, I try to see both sides, even whenever it came to, even though I knew I was like, I think Brian Coburg is guilty. I said that, plenty of times. I did try to play even devil's advocate with him, and I would say allegedly. I didn't say he did it. So okay, Josh Marshall is the manager. So the manager of music star David, and he's the one that had, put up the money or whatever, or put his name on the loan for the house, or for the rental, because they were renting this house for $20,000 a month. So he was the one that put his name on there. So let's read what he has to say. And he actually did a TikTok video, I believe. So it says, it's founder of Mogul Vision. And I actually looked at his page and there was no videos at the time, but has taken the TikTok handle J Mogul. This also appears to be his verified Instagram handle as well, to address swirling speculation surrounding the tragic death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Her badly decomposed body was discovered in the trunk of a Tesla registered to David on September 8th, 2025. This is like, it's gonna have a knot in it probably. Sorry, when your girl's got one eye, it's hard to see. Okay. It says, what would have been a day after her 15th birthday, igniting a high-profile investigation that has drawn intense public and media scrutiny. He used the platform to deny involvement and call for factual reporting, marking his first public statements on the matter. Okay, well, I think I've done pretty fair reporting. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore multiple times in 2024 at age 13, was found deceased earlier this month, thrusting David and his manager into the spotlight. Marshall, a music industry executive known for managing artists such as David, Kenny Hoopla, and Little Mosey, don't know any of them, has faced questions about his knowledge of the teen's whereabouts and connection with his client. The scrutiny intensified after a private investigator reported that a 2024 email had surfaced suggesting what concerned adults in Riva's life alerted Marshall to her absence and speculated she was with the singer. It didn't really make sense. It was noted that Marshall did not respond to the email and perhaps he never received it. However, Rivas returned home the following day. Oh, so he gets an email and then she returns home. Okay. Wow. This has led to speculation that Marshall may have informed David and Rivas that authorities could be searching for her. Marshall is now setting that record straight, saying he received no email and has zero knowledge of anything. Okay. All right. Zero knowledge. Okay. So I think this is it. This is related videos. Let's see what this is. Because I couldn't find anything on his page. I don't know if this is him or not. Is this him? I don't think it's him. We're going to watch it though.
Question. Should I be responsible for reinstalling a fence between me and my new neighbor's house? So 5 years ago, I used to have a neighbor, real cool guy. We used to talk, hang out.
I don't know who this is. Let me see. It just says related videos. Oh, wait, it says allegedly justice for Celeste. So, okay. We'll keep listening to it.
Cool neighbor. One day we was outside and he said he wanted to put up a fence. And I said, go ahead. We looked at our properties. I bought it. I bought it. I'm like, maybe right here. Cool. He built the fence. He got the material. He did it all himself. I just basically spectated. Great, right? Well, that neighbor moved. He moved, sold the house to this new lady. This new lady, we'll call her Karen. We'll call her Karen because she's Karen. He sold it to Karen. Now, Karen doesn't introduce herself. She's a realtor. She has a job. She stays by herself. Cool lady. All right. Whatever. 2 weeks after Karen's moved in, it's a guy in my backyard. It's a guy walking around my backyard. So, like anyone who owns a home and somebody strangers in their backyard, I go out and speak to the guy. Like, hey, what's going on, man? He says, oh, don't mind me. Sorry to be on your property without permission, but I'm a surveyor. Your neighbor paid for a survey. She just wants to know the correct property lines. I said, oh, okay. That's cool. That's cool. Do your job. I ain't mad. Do your job. Yeah, you can survey it. I've been wondering myself where my property line starts and ends at. Cool, right? So he does his job. He leaves a couple hours later.
I just got to say something. Have you ever seen two grown men fight over a property line? It's hilarious. I'll tell you, it's freaking hilarious. It's hilarious. I saw it. My dad did it when I was a kid. Him and the next door neighbor. Oh my God. You would have thought they were going to fight.
Karen is knocking at my door. I said, hey, Karen. She said, hey. She said, oh, your fence is on my property. And I said,
this is not my problem right here.
That's not my fence.
I think this is just a story. I don't think this is what we want. I'm like, I don't think this has anything to do with her. Let's see.
She said, well.
Let's go here.
Karen, knock at the door again.
See, I thought it was going to be like I thought he was going to go somewhere like, like they took the fence down or I don't know. So you can't say that he's in trouble for it. Like, I thought they were going to say that about his manager. So that's why I played that. But it says right here, alleged, like, that's what I don't get. I don't know. That's weird. Okay. In a series of comments and posts, Marshall has sought to clarify his position and deny receiving any email. On a video by TikTok user Girltown NG, that's what it says. He responded sharply to accusations when a user commented, "I swear to God, I've been saying this to my boyfriend. I think Josh did it." And Girltown replied, "I think he's heavily involved." Marshall retorted, "How dare you say something like this with no facts?" He elaborated further in a detailed statement. Okay. This video is false and the person is misinformed. This is the only time I'll speak on this matter for now. This has been a tough time for my family as I am a father of 3 children. I receive no emails and I'm no one's roommate. I live full-time at home with my wife and kids. My daughter is 14 and this news is affecting so many lives. I never received any emails. I had zero knowledge of anything and I don't live in California. But you'll just rent out a house for a 20-year-old? That's the dumb. You are so dumb. That's dumb. Even if he's your client, that's even worse. Because no, 20-year-old, there'd be hell would freeze over before I would rent an apartment for a 20-year-old, unless it was my child. And then I don't even know because they're 20. What am I doing helping you at 20? You know what I mean? Like, really? I mean, you might stick me with the bill. I'm just saying, it's crazy that he doesn't even live in California and he's renting houses for him. And then the neighbors say it was a party house. Like, I mean, what do you expect? There's no supervision. 20-year-old men, there's a difference between a 20-year-old man and a 20-year-old boy. And I think we know which one David is, right? So it says, I also work remotely 95% of the time, and my job doesn't require me to have much interaction with any of my clients / David, as there are many others that work with him on a day-to-day capacity, not me. This news is tragic for so many and for my family. I hope the proper authorities get to the bottom of it soon. Let me remind people, a lot of this is speculation and alleged. In the meantime, I am with my family, helping them emotionally get through the news of this tragedy. Please report on factual information. Okay, Josh Marshall. What state are you from? I'm just curious. You live near California? I mean, why are you renting houses for a 20-year-old? How did he, I mean, that would be. What happened with Karen Defense? So Connie, I don't know. That was just like a TikTok that we weren't supposed to listen to. We could always go back and finish it at the end of the live. I thought it had something to do with this, and it didn't. Do you want me to play it? Oh shoot, I'll play it through if you want me to. I was actually kind of enjoying it. But let me see. Let me put it up. Okay, I think we're around okay, I think we're right here. We'll play it. Yeah, and then we'll go back to the article because I was I was kind of curious about the fence too.
I said, "Hey, Karen." She said, "Hey." She said, "Oh, your fence is on my property." And I said, "That's not my fence." Then she says, "Well, whose other fence it is on my property. My property actually goes to right here, and yours ends here. So you're benefiting more from the fence than me." And I said, "Well, sorry about that. The fence been there since the last neighbor. The last neighbor built it. The guy that was in that house, he built the fence there. And yeah, sorry." She says, "Well, either you're going to have to move the fence or you're going to have to pay me a little bit something a month because, you're borrowing some of my property." Bullshit. No,
Bullshit.
Karen, I did not build this fence. It does suck that it's on some of your property, but that ain't got nothing to do with me. She said, "Either you take it down, pay me, or I'm going to sue you." You got it. You got it. I went out there and I ripped all that shit up. I just took it out of the ground. Now, if you ever took a fence out of the ground, it don't come out the ground easy.
No, it doesn't.
But it don't matter. I just ripped it all up. Cool. Fine. Problem solved. Now you got your property, I got my property. Couple days go by.
She mad at the
Knock
yard.
at the door again. Hi, Karen. So good to see you again. Hey, so I was coming over to see when the new fence would be up. What new fence? Well, you took the last fence down. When are you going to put up a new one?
Oh, no, she didn't.
I'm not. Well, why not? I didn't put up the last fence. You're the one that told me to take this one down. It doesn't matter to me whether I have a fence or not. Well, I have a dog and I usually let him out whenever I go to work. But since there's no fence, I've had to leave him in the house while I'm at work. Okay, thank you. Well, he's been tearing up my house and I can't have him tearing up my house because I don't have anybody to watch him. I need you to put another fence up. Tough shit. I didn't want to tear down the last one. I'm not going to build a new one because I didn't even build the last one. If you got a dog that needs to be in the fence, that's something you need to handle. Right? She then says, well, where's the other fence? You can put it back up or you can pay me for it. You can pay me for what you tore up. Remember, you didn't want anything to do with this fence. It was my responsibility to tear it down. You wanted me to tear it down. Don't act like you own it now that it's gone. Like I owe you any. I don't owe you a damn thing. You didn't pay to put this up. You didn't pay me to take it down. That's on you. So she's leaving all upset, mad at me because I'm not going to put up a new fence. But I didn't care either way. I didn't care if the fence stayed there. I didn't care if it wasn't there. I don't need it. So is it my fault that all I did was follow her directions and take it down?
No. I'd say no. I'd say no. That was pretty funny, though. The poor dog, I know. Thanks, Heidi. I appreciate that. I actually did a video with you guys, a pre-recorded, and I got ready as we were doing it. I know another girl that does that. She does it while she does like MLM stuff. And I was like, that's a good idea. Like get ready for your videos and then do a video. Okay. So now that we know that the fence, he tore the fence. She told him to take the fence out. I would be so mad if I was him. I'd be like, which property line do you want me to put it on? Because I thought that it was on your property. I mean, that's weird. Yeah. So he says that he doesn't know nothing, right? I don't know nothing. Can't tell me nothing. That's what Josh is saying. So addressing the rumors about his vehicles, as it was previously reported that Marshall may have driven a red Tesla that was parked in the garage, Marshall posted, I have no cars registered in my name in California, nor have any of my cars been in that state. Please use facts with supporting evidence when making comments. Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't put that out. When the guys went there with like the masks over their faces or whatever, I think somebody in the chat said that it was his car, but I was like, I didn't say anything. So I didn't know whose car it was. I figured it was probably David's, but I mean, he already has one Tesla. I don't know why he'd buy another one. Oh, I forgot to show you that picture actually last night. Shoot. Of his car being so clean. But it says, another handle noted, TMZ is talking about this case on a mainstream level. We are small content creators and it's funny. Mr. Marshall would come to us instead of mainstream. Marshall replied, LOL, I've never lived in that home. I live in an entirely different state with my family. I do not have access to any cameras nor anything on that property. Stop creating false narratives and assumptions. Well, they just said the property, whoever was leasing the property. Well, that would be him. Marshall comments come as the investigation continues, with some questioning his limited interaction with David despite managing him. In a follow-up post, he addressed misinformation broadly. This is for anyone who has spread misinformation about me that greatly affects myself and my family without regard for the facts. Also, I hope the creator of this video pins my comment and corrects what she said with a new video, and anyone else making false comments or following a narrative about me that isn't true. TMZ recently revealed surveillance footage from March 2024 from a local liquor store that shows Celeste Rivas both walking and running without any of her belongings and sporting a black hooded sweatshirt. Well, he could have said, I'll buy you new stuff. David has money. The liquor store owner recalled to TMZ that Rivas got into a car, however, could not recall the make or model, and it unfortunately was not captured on camera. LAPD issued a search warrant on the Hollywood Hills home that real name David Anthony Burke, was staying on September 18th, 2025. Following the search, David's belongings were being packed in boxes and removed from the property by movers, and it was reported by the homeowner that Marshall broke his $20,000 a month lease with the property. David halted the September 19th release of his new album, Wither Deluxe, and had canceled his upcoming tour schedule, however, has not made a statement to the public. His label, Interscope, has yet to speak out. They need to speak out. As of September 19th, 2025, Los Angeles Medical Examiner's Office classified Rivas' death as pending further medical evaluation. Many outlets have stated her manner of death has now been classified as a homicide. However, the ME's website has not been updated. And they got that, and we got that from the LAPD chief or whatever. They came out and said, we're investigating the homicide. I don't know if it was a slip of the tongue or like something he didn't mean to say, but he did say it. He did say it. So, and then this is what I've shown you before. It just says, pending further medical evaluation. They're waiting for the toxicology results to come back. Is that all of it? I think that is. Okay. Oh, I heard Bad Bunny's going to be headlining. Yeah, that's just like, what? I thought it was going to be somebody like, no offense, good. Like, I mean, I never listened to Bad Bunny, but I'm don't really want to. Okay, so News Nation has put out some videos on this case because that's what they do. So we're going to watch a few of them. They did like a lot, actually. They've been doing the most this last night. Banfield had a lot to go with. And I need a necklace like hers. It's like a smiley face. I really like it. She wears it every night now, so it must be something special to her. Hey, citizen, welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Okay. And if you guys are new to the channel, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Tanya, or Titanium Built. Again, like I said, if you guys want to be awesome and become a member of our channel, I'll put the link in the chat. We'd love to have you. Yeah. We'd love to have you be a member. We do members giveaways, members, all kinds of stuff. So members lives, all the things that you need to know and do. And you can use the cute little emojis. So, all right, let's listen to Banfield. Let's see what she has to say. If you guys don't mind, take a second. Please hit the like button for me. It really does help my channel, helps me get into the algorithm, and we need it. So let's do this.
Brand new video of Celeste Rivas Hernandez that completely rewrites the timeline of the case.
Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you also this tape. This first tape or video, they found a video of her yelling at somebody. It was at her home.
As we've come to know it, has surfaced. Video was recorded at the home of Celeste's parents in Lake Elsinore, California, exactly a year ago, or a year before her body was found in the trunk of a car belonging to the rising music star named David. We had been told that Celeste went missing in April of 2024 and that her family hadn't seen her since. But this new video was recorded by a Nest camera on September 8th, 2024, which would make that 4 months after she ran away. The neighbors who provided the video to TMZ say that it shows her arguing with people who had pulled a prank on her. Take a look.
Let me talk real quick, okay? You gonna let me talk? I ain't gonna let you talk. No, you ain't gonna let me talk. Why you not gonna let me talk? You tripping. I ain't tripping. Nah, you tripping. Stop the door and you tripping. Oh my God. Nah, because you tripping. Move the out of here. You ain't gonna do shit. You better get over there. Get your over there, little girl.
Just by the very dates of this video seems to prove that Celeste visited her family at least once after she ran away for the last time.
I'm telling you what, that's craziness. That's so crazy. So that's how her mom knew about the tattoo. Her mom knew about David. This is weird. Your daughter's 13, 14 years old. You know he is 20 years old. Thank you so much. Thanks, Connie. I appreciate you for becoming a member. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
But a year and a half after the final missing person report was filed, her body was discovered in a frunk. That's the front trunk of David's Tesla. That was just 3 weeks ago. This video was just discovered as we're finally learning what's been going on behind the scenes of the investigation. The LAPD's captain and commanding officer released a statement saying that the body of Celeste Rivas Hernandez was likely in the frunk of the Tesla for a long time before it was discovered. According to Captain Scott Williams, quote, "We know for sure that Celeste Rivas Hernandez died and someone placed her body in the front trunk area of David Burke's Tesla. We know that the Tesla had been parked at the location from which it was towed for several weeks. So it is very likely Celeste Rivas Hernandez had been dead for several weeks prior to her body being discovered." I know, you don't think it's a big deal because it's like, yeah, we know all that, right? Not really. Like, this is the police finally confirming it, and they haven't said a thing. But that really does track with our reporting last week when we spoke with a private investigator who tracked down the tow reports for this Tesla. And they show that neighbors had called police about that car on August the 26th. Police responded the next day and ticketed the car as per protocol. They got to wait 72 hours between each of the tickets they put on there. And after 3 visits, then they can tow the car. The second ticket came September 3rd, and the Tesla was finally towed September 5th. So by our math, police were involved with the car for a week and a half. But the neighbors who lived nearby said the Tesla had already spent close to a month abandoned on that side road. And by the way, incidentally, it was just one street over from David's $20,000 a month mansion that his manager was renting. The Tesla was registered in David's legal name, David Burke. The 20-year-old singer has not been arrested, nor has he been named a suspect. But his friends confirmed to TMZ last week that he was indeed in a romantic relationship with a 14-year-old girl, Celeste. Social media.
And I want to say I'm going to retract my statement last night. Remember I said that I do think those two Celestes look so familiar. Like, they look so, like, when they're on camera, they look so, like, similar. But after hearing her voice, the girl on the video that we watched with Dr. G, the girl that was on the Twitch stream, that is the same voice as that girl. So that's Celeste. Do you know what I mean? That was in that video. You can tell by the accent and everything and the way that she's talking. And so I think it does sound like it's the same person.
Posts indicate they may have even known each other since she was 12 and maybe even 11. Captain Williams responded to the friend's characterization by saying, quote, "As far as their relationship, it would be premature for me to say anything. We are looking into everything." An important piece of the puzzle that has yet to be determined is Celeste's cause of death. The medical examiner has deferred a cause while they await the toxicology results. But one thing they have determined is that Celeste Rivas Hernandez was not pregnant when she died.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below. And
I was trying not to get that. I was like, man. Okay, because I was trying to see which video that we watched. Okay, because there's... Let me see. I think this is the same. But it's just like, yeah, it's just, that's weird. It's just like in landscape or whatever that, not landscape, but the other mode. Okay. So this is going to talk about David's manager and the TikTok, that we were just talking about, and the article that we just went over. If I can find it to share it with you guys. I wonder what's going on. Actually, escape. What did I say about Diddy? Diddy is cooked on everyone. I wonder if, I wonder what's going on with Diddy. We was following it and then we stopped. And then I noticed one of my videos blew up. I was like, dang, I didn't even notice it. It's not blew up, but it had 17,000 views, and that's a lot for my little channel over here. So, I might even have more than that. I was like, dang, that could be it. Yeah, Tracy. Well, we covered a case where there was a girl, she was 11, and we're going to cover her case again soon. But her parents didn't take her to school because she was no longer in the United States, I believe. But they didn't take her to school for 3 weeks. The truancy police or whatever, they came to her house. And so she said, oh yeah, I'll bring Madalena in on like December 15th and you'll like, so you can see her and everything. Cause it had been since like November 21st. She never took her in. So she went to jail for like a year and a half and got out and went to Moldova, her home country. She just pieced out. Like, that's such a sad story. Did he get sentenced to her? Oh, dang, Tracy. Oh, we got to be on top of that one. I want to, I wonder what's going to happen.
Piece. Also the host of the Outlier podcast, and she joins me now live. It was a really good break, you being able to connect with Josh Marshall to get him to confirm these things. Did he say anything else? Did he mention anything about where his client David is right now?
No, Ashley, and truthfully, I saw these comments on TikTok on this random video. I could not believe it, and I'm thinking to myself, it's been weeks. There have been so many allegations. Josh Marshall has not said anything yet. So, you know, in order to file this story, I really had to make sure that it was him and these messages were authentic. So I messaged him, not really expecting to get a response. I did some diligence, so I was about 98% sure it was him. And he did write back and he just confirmed that it was him and he just stood by his statements and that was it. So it really wasn't much of anything. However, I still am kind of in shock.
Does that car look dusty to you? Yeah, Madalena Kojikari. Yep. There's some news in that case we'll be able to share soon. But I'm going to cover her case here soon because if you guys know me, that's like my case. That's like the one. I know she's alive. Like I know she's alive. I've always said that. Just got to find her. Just got to find her. So it looks like this back windshield's really dirty. Do they not clean their cars in California? They do. I'm just being, I'm going to ask Vincent how long it takes to get smog like on build up on your car. Cuz I wonder if that's what that is, like a smog buildup.
Because the first time you speak,
anybody from California in here?
Oh, why would you clap back
11 years
in the comment section of a random TikTok video? I do feel like he possibly
Me
has
too,
consulted
Sarah.
with a lawyer, which is maybe why he didn't bring Celeste's name up at all. And he didn't really say anything else besides the denial of knowing anything. So who knows? But I was just really surprised.
Well, I was happy to get that clarification that the car license plate traced back to management, not him as manager. So it was interesting to hear him say, hey, hold it, that's not my car. The jury's out on that, but I'll take him at his word for now until we know otherwise. I want to ask you about this mystery email. This is just so curious, though. It's an email that apparently was sent to Josh Marshall. Again, this is the manager of the singer, David. And it's sent by, quote, adults in Celeste's life after her final runaway in 2024. Or rather, not her final runaway, one of her runaways in 2024. The day after the email, Celeste returns home, almost as though the email gets to David and Celeste, and they're like, go on, they're on to us. You better go home, right? The private investigator we talked to about this said that there is proof that the email was sent. Do you know at all if the email was received?
Let me see.
Well, according to Josh Marshall, he did not get any type of email. And this is what I think really possibly triggered him to write this denial. He was just like, no, I never received any email. I have no knowledge. And this statement was actually made on a live stream that I did. And I think what happened was it just got clipped by different TikTokers and different content creators. And the headline here was, Josh Marshall knows. What does Josh Marshall know? And he's like, what are you guys saying? I don't know anything. So it felt like it was important to him to clarify this. However, when I saw this, I did go back to my source, the private investigator that we both know. And he's like, nope, I stand by this. I see it right here. I'm looking at it. And not only that, Ashley, he said that his source behind this email sent it to law enforcement, and now it's in law enforcement's hands. So, I mean, it's definitely, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a he said, she said here. But I'm trying to report both sides. I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be unbiased and open-minded, because when it comes to this case, Ashley, I am baffled. My mind is racing every day, and the police owe us nothing. They owe us nothing. And, unless we are in danger, unless the public is in danger. So I'm grateful that they're speaking out. However, it seems like more of the same, just in different words.
I'm with you. Lauren Conlon, thank you for this. Great job. And I look forward to our next chat. Thanks for being here.
You ain't getting us. You ain't getting us that time. I think she's with her mom, Sarah. I do. I think she's got over there somehow. Oh, man, that case, yeah. Just when she walks out of the courthouse, when she's done with her jail time, they ask her, do you know where Madeline is? And for like just the split second, you had to be so hyper vigilant, I feel like, to see it. But her like lip goes up like in a smirk, like she does, like and her eyes almost light up. It's like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm over on SF Investigates like page. I have to fish through the at night stuff, so I will. I'll find what he said. But he was on Banfield. We're gonna watch it right now. Actually, it's the last one, so we'll see what he had to say. Oops, what he had to say on Banfield. Look at him on News Nation doing things.
Since the body of a teenage runaway was found in the trunk of an impounded car owned by.
That's what I'm wondering, Tracy. I was going to go over there and see.
It has been assumed and sleuthed and now officially confirmed by police that the body had been in that trunk for several weeks before that. But now police are also saying that until and unless they determine how Celeste Rivas Hernandez actually died, they will not know whether she's a homicide victim or an accident victim, or maybe even took her own life. In a statement to News Nation, the LAPD captain overseeing the investigation said the following, quote, "It remains unclear whether there is any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body." Wow. Which is all the more interesting when you remember the LA police chief indicated that this was a homicide, like last week. This was a homicide investigation. He did it in a TV interview. Keep in mind also that the medical examiner doesn't even have Celeste's remains anymore. Those were given back to her family also last week.
Well,
my
guess is they probably cremated her.
Is a private investigator specializing in missing persons who's been looking into the mystery of Celeste's death. Steve Fisher, welcome back to the show. Let's just dig right into that. Last week, we've got the chief of police, Jim McDonnell, saying, whenever you investigate a homicide, you look at all the associated issues as well. And that's something they'd certainly be looking at when asked about this case. That I perked up. There he was talking about a homicide and the associated issues. Now we're hearing from his LAPD captain. It remains unclear whether there's any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. How does this square with you? Is this a misstatement? Are they, one hand's not talking to the other?
Well, two wildly different statements, right? I think that maybe what the chief was saying is that all these, cases when you got a deceased body, that's not an obvious the reason why is investigated as a homicide, and then it can be determined later not to be. But the statement about if there's any criminal culpability, maybe just the concealment of the body, that's a misdemeanor in California. That's something that has a $1,000 fine and $1,000 to $10,000 fine and up to a year in jail. But so maybe that
we read that. Remember last night? I think it was last night or the night before. Concealment, that you get like nothing for it. Like they won't even put them in jail probably.
Record will get probation. We're talking about a minimal charge considering what we were thinking. And I was really, really, really disappointed to see that there wasn't any mention when they talked about the criminal culpability of any harboring, trafficking, sex crimes against, 11 to 14-year-old girl. It's like they're not even looking at it. I know that there was a statement that looking at all
Told you.
the relationship, but when it came to the criminal part, it did not bring that up, and that's just horrible as far as I'm concerned. That's the worst part.
Or maybe he's just waiting for David to talk to someone, and there it is. There's the evidence. He's mentioned it himself. He thought he was in the clear. We gave him a long leash, and he hung himself with it. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. Quick question about the pregnancy. That was huge to me when they said that she was not pregnant, nor had she been pregnant for a year. It was huge to me. Do you think it complicates anything, or do you think it just rules that part out?
I think it's actually a good sign for the rest of the autopsy, because if they were able to determine that means that they probably did so through HCG hormone tests, which they got from.
Well, Mr. Joseph Scott Morgan said that they would check her hips, like her uterus, I believe. I want to say uterus or cervix. And if it was like intact, they could do some testing to see like if she had been pregnant. So I don't know if Steve knows a lot about this, but we know Joseph Scott Morgan definitely knows about this.
From probably the vitreous humor gel that's behind the eyeball. So that means that they will also be able to get full toxicology. She wasn't in such a state where they lost that. So if they were able to make this determination.
I never heard anyone using an eye for pregnancy and stuff, for toxicology.
Pregnancy, then they can also get the toxicology and find out exactly what was in her system, how much, what levels, and from there can determine if that's accidental or if maybe there was something nefarious, and also what it is, because there are, if it's fentanyl and somebody gave her that fentanyl, then they can be held responsible. That is a criminal act.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a great point. Thanks for bringing that up. It makes a big difference. Steve Fisher, thank you so much. Good to have you on the show again. Look forward to the next time.
Thank you.
You almost got me. I'm looking this up. I've never heard that. Like, because even like Suzanne Morphew, right? They used her femur or her kneecap. It was one of those two that they used. Okay. But that's for ethanol. But it's not it's the eye is not generally used to determine pregnancy after death. So that was wrong. We don't use the eyeball for pregnancy. And you can use it for like, it says like drugs like ethanol. I mean, wow. I mean, we're learning something new every day. That's something else. But Steve did put on his Twitter that he was surprised that that the manager was like talking about how he didn't receive the email, but he never denied knowing Celeste. So I was like, that's pretty big. I mean, that is true. So yeah, I know. I'm like over here. I'm like, I got one eyeball. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Casey or KCG. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I try. I try. I recorded a pre-recorded. I think I'm going to record another one maybe later on and set some stuff up. I'm going to get like a setup, I think, and we're going to so I could do stuff back here, like in this chair where my pumpkin's messed up because Mia was in it. And then I could do like pre-recorded videos on the other side of the house when Vincent's in here. So it'll be just like really nice. But he said today that he got me something and I had to sign for it. So I was literally taking the dogs out right before the live. I forgot. Sometimes I forget about them because they're so quiet. Like if they're being good, like, and they're just being really quiet, I'll forget. Like, because I'm used to Mia always coming up to me every 2 seconds, like, take me out, take me out. She hasn't been doing that. So of course the lady comes to deliver the packages and have me sign as I'm bringing the dogs in. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're going to be so bad. Because Araya will sometimes, like, she likes to play and she'll nip. Like, she doesn't bite hard. It's just like a little, like her gum, like, I don't know, it's like her gums even. Like, her teeth aren't showing. It's just like her little mouth. But it just, makes me nervous. Hey, Simply Felicity, good afternoon. So they both went inside, and like I just signed it at the door, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're so good. They didn't even go over to her. I was like, that's the best. I was gonna say, how are you feeling, Mary Beth? That sucks that you've been sick. I've had the worst allergies the last couple of nights. Like last night, I blew my nose more times than I can count. On the live, I was like, I kept turning my camera off to blow my nose because I'm like, my nose it was just running. It wasn't even that bad, but if there's any, like, if it's just a little bit, like, I feel like I have to blow it. But that's all I really had for you guys for David's case. I just wanted to come on and do a little, just a little something. Let's see, is there anything else? No. There is some stuff. There's some body cam footage for Brian Koberger. I'm going to put it out like as pre-recorded, I think, because that's what I did today. I did an hour one. And then there is some other stuff I wanted. We still have to go over part 2 of the hair psychological exam that we're giving Brian Koberger. So that's something we need to go over. And because I'm trying to get all these things off my my tabs. I'm putting in another FOIA request for Diana Kojikari. I want to know it all again. Just give it all to me again. Maybe you missed something. Maybe I missed something. We're going to do it again. So I did that today, or I'm in the middle of doing that. And then I did FOIA, or I did write. I didn't FOIA it yet. But I wrote for Jordan Willis and Ivory Carson, the 2 men that are accused of, giving drugs to their friends, and they're the ones that died in the backyard of his house. I wanted to know when they were going to go back to court. So I wrote them, and I wrote the case number and everything on there. So hopefully that'll go through. And then what else have I done? I think that's all really. I need to do another public request. I can't remember on who. Oh, and then there was a couple, I don't know if you guys saw it on Law and Crime, but apparently it was like unsafe conditions for their child, and like their child died, but they were from Claremont County, Ohio, and that's where Chad Dowerman's from. It's like, what the heck's going on there? Just curious. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at Body moving. She's doing something in here today on the Google Docs. What's this? I'm going to be nosy. How do I copy this? No, I don't know how to copy the whole thing. Okay, I'll figure that out. She has like another, it says Google Earth. I'm wondering what it is. Okay. I'm trying to get back to where you guys are. Oh, yeah. With the boyfriend and his mother, which boyfriend? Let me go back up. Where was your message? I don't see it. With his mother, it just dropped a few hours ago. With David's mother? I saw that they had a new video out, and I watched one of them, but I didn't watch. Like, I was watching the live from the newsroom. Let me see if I can. Okay, that's something else. This one has a little bit about her in the beginning. Yeah, that's not it. I don't know. That was 2 hours ago. We watched the one from 20 hours ago. Maybe they haven't uploaded it yet. Oh, The Boy Before David. Shoot, I wish I could see it on there. I'll have to go through some of their videos. Maybe it was this one. No, I think I watched that one too. I'll look through them and I'll put it out for you guys. What is up with Ray J? You know what I'm talking about? Brandy's brother. Is he okay? I don't think he's been okay ever. I don't think he ever was okay. That guy is trying to like sue the Kardashians or something now. I don't. First he was on Diddy's camp talking about Diddy, like, you know, F Diddy, you know, Diddy's the worst. And now he's like over there just with the Kardashians. I mean, I don't get it. You just watched it. It was on TMZ. Because I see like this one I just went through. And then this one we watched. And then Ray J, look, explodes our tour bus. Look at that. Oh my goodness. So he just wants to be relevant. I mean, he just wants to be relevant. Someone just tell him to go live out in, like, you know, Idaho somewhere and just be by himself and be cool with that. Stop getting in everyone's business. Okay. Okay, let me see. Oh, I didn't even see this. Okay, let's watch this really quick. Yeah, that's on like their website. They're everywhere. Thank you, Tracy. And thank you, Mandy. Okay, so let's see what they got to say.
How did you meet Celeste?
Through a friend.
Okay, now this looks like a boy that should be dating her, maybe. He looks a little too old. I don't know how old
that
is.
whole relationship started.
She was, I guess she liked me or she was looking for someone. And yeah, we started talking.
And what school was this in?
Lakeland Village.
Was she sweet? Was she kind? Was she bubbly? What do you remember about her?
She was really kind, and she said she wanted something serious.
And how old were you when you met her?
13 or 14.
So at what point did you feel or did you hear from Celeste that there were problems at home?
She said how her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Did she talk at all about her relationship with her parents?
Kind of. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
And then you guys broke up, and the next thing you know, you find out that she's involved with this internet sensation, David.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna happen, like, at all, because like she was always like so happy and stuff.
What is your last memory that you have of Celeste?
We were at PE, and she told me and my friend that she was running away.
Aww.
And she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
Do you think, and I don't want to say anything about anybody, but is it her dad that lives there? Like, is it her real dad? Is it stepdad? Is there another man in the house? Could she be being abused at home? I don't know. But if she's running away and she's telling this kid here that's her age in school, you know, it's because of her parents. She hates her parents. I think we all hate our parents at some point in our life. Not really hate. I never hated my parents, but you know what I mean? Like, we are like teenagers and we're dumb, but not to the point where we run away and then we run away again and again and again, right? Like, I feel like, oh yeah, you're right, Mandy. Like, I don't know. Something is going on here. I don't know what it is. I don't want to say anything bad about anybody, but something is just where's my red flag at? Damn it, there it is. It's been a while since we've had to pull this thing out, but the red flags are everywhere in this case. I feel like almost like remember I can't even think of her name now. Carly. Oh yeah, that's what this case is giving me, and it's not because this girl is dead. You know what I mean? We know this girl's dead, but it's like it's given me like, are you serious? Like every turn in this case, it's like, are for real? Are we serious? And this kid looks like a nice kid. And if she's saying she wanted something serious with him at 13, then I would say that she's really trying to get out of her house, you know? Okay. Oh, he had to leave? Oh.
Did it break your heart that you were not going to be with her, or did you feel upset about losing the relationship?
Not really. It was kind of clear that we're like better as friends, but it was kind of sad that I wasn't able to like say goodbye, but like see how she was doing, like when she ran away.
What was your reaction?
That's sad.
When you saw the breaking news that they had found your ex-girlfriend's body in the trunk of his car?
My heart dropped. I was like, I don't know. I just couldn't believe it. I thought.
Look at his mom. She wants to cry.
I mean, I kind of had a feeling when I saw like the first thing. I was like, what if it is her? But I just like brushed it off. But when I saw it really was her, I was like, damn, I really knew.
So let me just make sure I'm understanding this correctly. You had seen the news out of Los Angeles that a body was found in his car.
Yeah.
And you immediately had a sinister thought about Celeste?
Yeah, because one of my friends told me.
Were you at home with your mom when they identified Celeste and you saw it all over the news? Can you remember that moment for us?
Yeah, I was on the way to school, and then like she just like showed me, and like I took a picture of it and I sent it to one of my friends, and he's like, "Yeah, I saw it too. It's crazy," and I just couldn't believe it.
Did he go to school?
The talk at the school.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to go to school that day.
Just the fact it was someone that my son was so close to at one time, and how everything happened. It's kind of scary. It's really close to home. And if it could happen to her, it could happen to anyone. And everyone just needs to be very careful on social media.
What about you? What do you think about at night when this kind of flashes through your mind?
I just think like if someone actually like did something, like when she said she's gonna run away, because I feel like no one cared.
Wow. Thank you for sending that to me. Wow. That's sad. I mean, imagine he's probably 15 or something. You know what I mean? Now 14, 15. He looks like 15, 16. But could you imagine? You're on your way to school and your mom shows you this picture of your ex in the trunk of a car. I wouldn't believe that she was with David neither. Can you imagine that? You guys break up because you're better off as friends. And then she gets with a multimillionaire singer. I mean, is it real life? Like, is that real life? I live in Ohio, so I guess that doesn't happen over here. But that's crazy to me. And it's really sad that her dad got deported. I feel so bad for people when they get deported. I know that they're supposed to get deported because they're here illegally. But some of those videos, man, they tear my heart apart, especially when there's people that have been over here for like 30, 40, 50 years. They built their whole life over here. They don't even know what Mexico's like or, wherever they get deported to. And it's just sad. But I'm going to jump off of here today. I don't know if you can even see it. No, probably not. But I broke my you can't see it. I broke my fingernail, I think when I went back farther, but you just can't see it because we super glued it back on. So I broke my nail and everything. I just was cleaning my dog bowl and it slipped and it just like broke my nail. And I was like, Are you freaking kidding me? And Vincent's in here at work. I think he was on break. I didn't. And he comes out and I was like, I found it. And so he super glued it back on. So I have to go get it fixed at 5. You know. It does here, Chad. I mean, you know, I don't think he's guilty per se. I mean, he could have an alibi. He could, you know, he could have been on the road at a show. We don't actually know when she died. That's the thing. We don't know that yet. We don't have a cause of death. We don't have a manner of death. Well, although the police said they're treating this like a homicide, but they always treat every case like a homicide until they don't have to treat it like a homicide anymore. If that makes sense. So, but thank you guys all for being here today. I'm going to be, I might be back tonight. You never know. I probably will be. You know me. I'll be saying I'm taking a day off and then I don't. But if I'm not here, I will have out a pre-recorded premiere for you guys. So either way, you'll see me. But have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all later on. Bye, guys.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how.